Palmistry reading of a 18-year-old male, we would be reading his hand. He had few questions regarding his career. These are the questions right in front of you. He is asking, I am doing BTech and then I want to do MBA. Will it be beneficial or not? Is business suitable for or not? Like, how is the wealth going to be? Is it going to be very good or just mediocre kind? Is share market good for him, good or bad? And MBA from India or abroad? And can I wear Rudraksh? And how many faces of Rudraksh I should wear? These are the questions, main questions this particular person had. His first question, I would remind you, is he's doing BTech. He would be wanting to do MBA now. And how is it going to be like? Should he do it from India or abroad? For that, we have to look at the money line. This is basically the line of money. Now, this is of different shapes and sizes, and it starts from different locations. And the money line could start from inside the lifeline, it could start from near to the lifeline, or it could start from outside the lifeline on the mount of moon. So, this is where the money line is starting, the starting point. Whenever the money line starts on the mount of moon, it signifies that the person is likely to benefit from places that is far away from his birthplace. So this is the first aspect. And if he goes to a foreign country, it is going to be much more beneficial. There are reasons as why foreign countries is going to be beneficial. I'm just going to explain why money line starting on the mount of moon indicates foreign countries. See, first you have to understand this is the area for moon. You have to look at not at palmistry and in general the effect of moon. Where do you see in a very prominent way? The answer is in the oceans. Oceans connects the continents. So somehow moon is related to travel and faraway places. So this is the reason why money line starting on the amount of moon means benefits coming to this particular person from foreign countries. But one more thing you need to understand that every time in every person's case, if the money line is starting on the amount of moon, it does not guarantee that the person is going to go abroad. The person may be working in his home country, but maybe for foreigners. Like these days you see these IT people, they're working for people outside India. So anything connected with foreign countries is likely to benefit this particular person even if they go outside country or remain in their home country as well. Money line starting on the mount of moon could also signify benefits coming to this particular person from trading activities, service industry. It could also mean public appreciation, anything to do with service industry. This is where the person is likely to benefit. And anything related to water related things, the person is likely to benefit. Like if the person is doing water related work, the person may benefit. Anything that is changing very fast, because moon's phases, moon has different phases. A new phase on a daily basis, it means anything that is very changeable could also benefit that particular person. Something like fashion is constantly changing. So that's the reason why this is considered to be good. And in a male hand, this person is a male. So in a male's hand, if the money line is starting on the amount of moon, it could mean benefits coming to this particular person uh, from females. Now, females could be mother, sister, wife, daughter, or unknown friends. In friends, it could be male or female, and in foreigners, it could be male and female. So, in both ways, in every way, it is considered to be good. Now, the quality of the money line is good, deep, and clear. So, whenever the money line is deep and clear, it signifies that there is likely to be good financial stability. So, this is a very good aspect. to have. Some people, they may have got a barely visible line. Some people, they may have a wavy kind of a line. All those are basically considered to be negative. A simple, straight, simple lines are considered to be the best possible lines a person can have. So that's the reason why this particular line is a very, very good line to have. Now, the other aspect that we should look for money matters is, where does the heart line end? This is the heart line, and the heart line is ending somewhere closer to the mount of Saturn. It is not, it is not going lengthy and going towards the mount of Jupiter. It is not going towards the mount of Jupiter. It is purely and purely targeting towards Saturn. So heart line that targets towards the Saturn mount signifies that the person's heart is targeting Saturn. And what is Saturn? Saturn is all about money, possessions, wealth, wisdom, responsibility. So, all these particular qualities are within this particular person. So, the person is going to be very responsible. Now, responsible with finances. Now, the thing is that many people, they don't value money, they don't respect money, and they don't pray for money, and they don't kind of value the monetary part. But because this person's heartline is targeting towards uh, targeting towards the amount of Saturn, the chances are the person is likely to value money, respect money, and pray for money. Now you may say, no, every person does this. No, actually it is not true. The thing is that some people, they may have got a long heart line. A long heart line is not a good sign for money. Most businessmen do have their heart line targeting towards the mount of Saturn. So this is where it should end, and it is considered to be a beautiful sign to have. Most people in business do have their heart line end on the mount of Saturn because they are valuing their resources. They are not like overspending. In the earlier portion of your life, the person may overspend even with this particular line, but as they are growing older, they are kind of accumulating the wealth. So Saturn is all about accumulation, 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 accumulation. This is what Saturn is all about. So if the Saturn is good, the chances of accumulation of wealth basically increases. So it is considered to be a very, very good sign to have. The second and the third question, I've already dealt the first question. Now the second and the third: what business is suitable? What kind of wealth will I have, like normal, good, or extreme one? So this is what the person wants to know. As far as the wealth goes, already I mentioned the quality of the line matters. So this line is stable at least till the age of 53. This is the headline. Intersection is age 35. This intersection of the heart and the money line is age 53. So this portion is before the age of 35. This is 35 to 53, and this is 53 and beyond. Now the thing is that if you look at the earlier portion, we just talk about the first few years. So the line is very stable, it is good, but somewhere around this particular point, this is age 35, you would notice before the age of 35, there's a branch that is leaning outward and going somewhere near to the mount of Saturn. So in a little way, it is not considered to be the best possible sign to have, because at that particular age the person may have some financial issue, like some outgo of finances, some trouble in finances. So the age is approximately going to be around the age of 32, 33. That this is an approximate age, I would say. But this doesn't mean that if there's something negative at this particular point, there may not be anything positive. So there are some positives as well regarding this thing. But before I add about this particular thing regarding how good other finances are going to be, we should you have to also understand that the money line is not the only line to refer for money. Although Saturn is the area for money, Saturn is all about possessions, wealth, and wisdom and responsibility. But at the same time, you have to look at money on almost every possible line. It's not only the money line that we have to consider. to arrive at the conclusion how much money the person is likely to have. So I've already talked about the heartline. Heartline also matters. So heartline positioning and ending on the Mount of Saturn is considered to be a good sign as far as money goes. Then we move on to the other possible lines, and you would notice that the sun line, this is the sun line moving towards the mount of sun. This is the mount of sun. This is the area of a mount of sun. So the quality of the line is good. And there's another line that is kind of leaning towards the Mount of Mercury. So Mount of Mercury is all about calculations and communication. So if these particular lines are good, as we see in this particular case, you would find the quality of the line is good. And the best part is above the heart line. This is the heart line. And above the heart line, you would notice that the quality and the depth of the line is very deep and clear. Whenever the line is very deep and clear, the chances are that the person would be able to energize their work to a great extent after the age of 53. So in that way, it is a beautiful sign to have. And in the earlier portion, you would notice that it starts somewhere at this particular point, and there's a formation of a V kind of a formation pointing towards two fingers, the sun finger and the Mercury finger. So this particular point becomes an important portion of one's life. So if this age is 35 on the sun line, this intersection is age 35 out here on the sun line. So the name and fame and the best aspect of life comes somewhere close to the age of, let's say, 32, 33. That's when the money line, the sun line becomes a little bit visible and prominent. Then it is then the quality of the line is a bit dim. Dim lines basically mean that there could be some doubts and self doubt that may creep in. So in a small way, it is not considered to be good. Many palmists say that a line something like this, it means luck. They say it is a line of luck. I say yes, and they will also say that this is name and fame. When a person has got this kind of a line, this deep and clear sun line. Now, my way of explaining is that if you have got a very deep and clear sun line above the heart line, this is the heart line above the heart line. Although this is after the age of 53, normally I would say that right throughout their life, the person is likely to be having a good career. Although if you go by the palmistry books, this is how they calculate. They say this age is, let's say, 29, this is 32, this is 35, 44, 53, and this is 53 and beyond. This is what the book says. But in my practical experience, I have found if the quality of the sunline is good out here, I automatically say it for the whole life, and not necessarily only and only after the age of 53. So there's reasonably good, well, very clear sunline. That's the reason why the person is likely to be successful, and the reason why the person is going to be successful with a deep and clear sunline. It means that there is going to be clarity in what the person wants to pursue and wants to do, and in his career he would be very clear cut. If they are See, most people, why they are unsuccessful? The question arises that people are unsuccessful because they don't know their whole life what they want to do. That is the reason why people cannot succeed. Okay. And people who have clarity with this kind of a sunline, we say clarity in what you are doing. So if you have got clarity, the chances for success is increasing manifold. So that's the reason why I consider this kind of a sunline to be good. Now, this perpendicular line of Mercury is signifying good set of skills. It may appear to be a very simple kind of a line, very very simple kind of a line, but it holds great importance. Now, the reason why a simple line is considered to be good is because not many people have got this kind of a deep and clear line of Mercury. People who have deep and clear line of Mercury signifies that the person would be sharpening their skills on a daily basis. So this is the line of Mercury that you see. There's a slight wave-like formation. So a wave-like formation is not the best, but still because it's reasonably deep and clear, so I would keep it in positive. And this is also reasonably deep and clear. And this is the best part you would notice. So in that way, uh, Mount of Mercury is a very very important planet. Try to understand Mercury is all about communication, calculations, networking skills, human to human networking, computer networking, social media networking. It is science, mathematics, engineering, everything. It is all about writing. It is all about communicating. So it could be business calculations, it could be medical calculations. A doctor also has very good lines on the amount of Mercury, and it could be an engineer, it could be anybody. So Mercury, that is the reason why it is a very, very, very important planet. People who do have too many crisscrossing lines. I'm just explaining what lines you don't have, so that you realize how important your amount of Mercury is. If imagine you had these kind of lines out here, it would signify miscalculations and miscommunication. So people who miscalculate or miscommunicate are the ones who cannot succeed in their life. People who don't have these kind of lines and only one or two simple lines, perpendicular lines, signify skill. Imagine, just for explanation purpose, I'm explaining. Imagine energy is penetrating the fingers and they enter your palm. They enter your palm out here. When they enter palm, they move forward, and they move forward nearby to this particular line. When they're moving something like this, so consider the main line on the mount of Mercury to be something like a knife. So when lines of energy and light is passing through this particular main line or the knife down below, it is sharpening the knife. So mount of Mercury lines, if they are deep and clear, it signifies that the person is trying to master their skills. So who's going to be successful? A person who masters their skills, any skill, they are likely to be very very successful. So such a person would be able to be very successful. These lines also appear similarly on the mount of Mercury in the left hand as well, deep and clear. Same line, very deep and clear sunline is after the age of 53. That is also good. It is forming a V. Even if you don't have a V, even then I would say that it is considered to be a good sign. V just makes it much better, and this particular age becomes much, much better. This is after the age of, let's say, if this is 53, so this point is going to be around the age of 62, 63. That's when things would become even better. Uh, and the thing is that in left hand also the line are somewhat starting on the mount of moon out here. So this is the line, but it is kind of ending out here at the age of 34, 35. This is the left hand. Left hand is not the active hand, but yet I'm just explaining whatever I see on this particular palm. There's another line starting on the mount itself, then moving forward, it touches the line of head. This is age 35, and another line is leaning outwards. So this line is also seen in the right hand, a negative line, money flowing out at that particular age, and the age is, let's say, 30, 33, 34. That's the rough estimate, I would say. This portion of the money line is 35 to age 53. This is very stable and good. And the money line is good out here, and the sun line is also appearing somewhere at the age of 35, and it is touching the line of heart, age 53. But beyond that, the quality of the sunline becomes much more deep and clear. So that's the reason why I would say that it is the best portion of life would be after the age of 53. You would notice few other things, that on the lifeline itself, you would notice that there are upward motion of lines, one line, two line, three lines. Upward motion of lines pointing towards the mount of Saturn signifies inward movement in your life and inward flow in your life. Consider lifeline to be a river, And a tributary is pointing from the Saturn and joining the lifeline. It means money flowing into your life. But this particular age that we are referring to, this age is likely to be around the age of 40, and from 40 to the age of 55. This is what I would say. Then few lines are kind of leaning outward, pointing towards the amount of moons. So these are a little bit negative. They may indicate outflow of money. It could mean restlessness also. It could also mean uh, some health issues, and health issues could be somewhere below the stomach, something related to water. Those kind of issues may crop up. It could be prostate or something like this. They may crop up. A little bit negative line on the heart line is that this is the heart line, and there's a branch, reasonably strong branch, that is leaning downwards, and pointing towards the area for Mars. Mars is a red planet. Red means anger, aggression, and fire. And Heartline is all about relationships and partnerships. And uh, this branch is something like one relation moving towards the mount of Mars, so moving towards the area of fire. So some kind of a very fiery kind of relationship may crop up in this particular person's life. This branch on the heartline could also mean distractions, a strong distraction, falling for temptation. So the person may get distracted. And so this is in a way a little bit negative, but many people have this kind of a formation. So don't think, don't overthink about it, and don't think that it's very very negative. So that's what I want to convey out here. As the quality of the hand is reasonably good with good lines, there is a very strong possibility that the person would be successful. And success, don't think it is all about luck only. There are many other things that you have to consider apart from luck. These upward motion of lines pointing towards the fingers is, we can say these are luck lines, but it is not the only line where the person is successful. Just a simple straight line out here, this could also mean success. Although this is the purely the line of skill. So you need to have some set of very strong skill, and if you've got a very strong set of skills, the chances for your success increases. So it is all about how good the person is going to communicate or calculate, and that is the reason why the person is likely to be successful. So it is all dependent upon how much effort you're putting in to better your life. So that's the reason why it is not only luck that matters, it is all about your hard work that basically matters a lot. And he also wanted to know about share market. Now, for share market, I would say that the area for Mercury is the most important area to refer to. If you look at the hand of Warren Buffett, he has got one line, two lines, something this, some kind of a this kind of a line the person has. Warren Buffett is into share market. If you don't know about it, so he's one of the biggest investors in the world. And Mount of Mercury is the area for calculation, and calculations can be statistics, economics, biology, anything. People who have got strong Mercury lines over the amount of Mercury are the ones who are likely to be very good at calculations. So, in order to be in share market, you need to have good calculations. The first part. So, in that way, it is good sign if you may venture out into share market. The second aspect is your heart line should end on the Mount of Saturn, because even in the hand of Warren Buffett also, he has got his heart line ending on the Mount of Saturn. So the person values money, respects money, and because they respect money, honor money, that is the reason why money comes to them. See, what happens is that some people have the opportunity to make money and they don't make money. But people who have this kind of a line would always avail the opportunity to make money. So that's the reason why such a person would be able to make good amount of money in their life. Last two questions are MBA from India or abroad, which specialization, marketing or finance, which will be better? Can I wear a Rudraksh and how many faces it should have? MBA from India or abroad, and the specialization, marketing and or finance. See, the thing is that when we look at the hand, marketing, if the line of money is starting on the amount of moon, that's considered to be good for people in the area of marketing. And to be good in finance, the area for Mercury should be good. So in both cases, both are likely to be beneficial. It's not that I would say one is better than the other. Whatever the person would choose, the person is likely to be good at it. I would say go into finance. That is going to be maybe even better for you. But it all depends upon you. Both are reasonably good, so you don't have to worry about it. The quality of the headline. The headline we normally people generally ignore. People don't just want to hear about the money line, the sun line, these kind of lines. People think that these lines are the lines that would bring them success. But in my case, I say that every line is important. Even the headline is important. If you have got mental stability, that's when you would be able to concentrate on your work. You should have mental strength. So the person has got very good mental strength, mental clarity, and mental stability. So that's the reason why the chances for success increases manifold. So it may, and see, what happens is that people who are not successful, somewhere or the other, their headline may get affected somewhere out here. It may be broken, it may be wavy. The important years of their life they get wasted. But in this particular person's case, it is not likely to be. The only advice I would give to this particular person is try to reduce a little bit of anger, because a line from the area for Mars negative, this is the area for Mars negative, the area for anger, aggression, and fire. A line is creeping from inside and joining the line of head. This is a little bit negative because anger is a bad sign for making money. So, but this is happening at a very early age, around the age of, let's say, from the age of 22 till the age of 27 or 28. So, try to reduce the anger, because when we are angry, we are not able to take very sane, balanced kind of decisions. So, reduce the anger in your life, and that would help you improve in your finances as well. To have good finances, you need to have good amount of Venus as well, because Venus people who have got a prominent amount of Venus, as we see in this particular case, it is reasonably well padded. You can judge it for yourself. It is padded. People who have got padded amount of Venus are the ones who have got lots of desires. Who have desires are the ones who are likely to be able to uh, have a force in them, and because they have the force, they would be able to do many things in their life. So even if they are a little bit unsuccessful in the earlier portion, I'm not saying people who have got amount of Venus they are unsuccessful, but I'm just giving a hypothetical condition. Imagine this kind of a condition. If the amount of Venus is very well padded, it means high amount of desires, and because they are high amount of desires, the chances for their success increases. So Venus is for luxuries and desires and sexuality, but people who are successful, they should have a well padded amount of Venus. So I would say, in all, very good sign. The question regarding the Rudraksh, this question basically I can't answer, because palmistry does not deal with the Rudraksh part. No palmistry book talks about it. Uh, and I can't give my opinion regarding that particular aspect. Thanks for watching this video. I would end my video out here. Bye and take care.